No, it's great. And, you've been a teacher your entire life. So, a lot of my experience as a teacher is to watch my students and see where they're at, see how I can learn from their experience. And it's reassuring when I see you and what you focus on. It also validates what I'm working on. That it is not esoteric necessarily in the negative sense. That in fact it's tangible, simple things. So, reading your book and getting to have you as a student, which I hardly see you as a student, I see you as a person training here, who I learned just as much from as you would from me. I just happen to teach you more of some technical forms, but short of that, and to see someone who's taught their whole lives as a professor in academics and in literature, and see that it comes back to very basic reactions and very tangible and grassroots interpretations. So it's reassuring me, in fact, that I'm working on the right path. So, that's wonderful, and I thank you for that.
Can I say something? Thank you for having this dojo, because so much of everything we do really has to do with training people. Mm-hmm. And the atmosphere that has been created here in the dojo really makes that possible. People are incredibly supportive when people are trying to improve.
Sure.
And I think that goes to the heart of what I was trying to say in the book too. That it's really a gift of friendship to challenge somebody, not beyond their ability, but maybe almost, it takes you farther than you might think you would go when you're practicing with other people who do present that, but who are not trying to overwhelm you. They're trying to understand how we both can get most out of this,
right,
in the exchange, and learn something from it. Maybe even get a little stronger, but it's working together that's so important. It's provided here.
Right. Yeah. So I'm not going to say why would people read your book. I know that why I read it and why it means a lot to me. To see someone at your age focusing and embracing a physical art. There's very few people who are your age who come and train this hard, and have for so many years. What in your book would be a good inspiration to people that aren't doing Aikido? Because I see your book as the Aikido is just the vehicle, but the inspiration behind your book is not so much telling other older people you can do Aikido as much as for me it's inspiring younger people something to look up to, which is what you've done by not only training for all these years, but also writing a book about it so people could actually learn the process. So it's a great gift. But what would you like to say to people who are never going to do Aikido to read your book? What could that give them? I know what it would give them, but what do you think?
Well, I hope that they'll appreciate the moments when they're often doing something every day that's a lot like Aikido. Maybe they meet somebody and listen to them a little bit longer. Or maybe they really feel open, as I sometimes do after an Aikido practice, just walking down the street. And some of those tensions are gone, and I'm a little more open to the world. And I think to question my attitude, as we all can do in any moments of our lives, that to question how I wish to be, let's say, which I'm never quite there perhaps, But maybe seeing that in terms of, well, do I really want to be like this? Or, you know, I think I used to walk down the street like this, you know? And it's sort of like, I hope it can be reassurance to people that you can be yourself, you can even be safe, and then you can still be open to the world, and maybe what you could make a contribution to it.
Mm-hmm. No, that's great. I feel that Aikido, the teachers, the practitioners, we often focus too much on the vehicle, which in the Aikido case is the techniques. And we need to perfect the techniques. The techniques cannot be minimized, but they're merely vehicles, they're containers of which hold the issues of your book, the issues that we have, our outlook on life, who we are, and what I try to create here, in fact, is a good vehicle, teach good basic technique, but only so we can look inside and find out why we're actually doing this technique. What are we really doing here? And there's not an answer to that, it's just an endless question. In fact, to answer it would be canceling out the whole practice. We just look at these questions and work on them. In your book, it constantly goes back to the very basic questions and how it reflects with you. And these are all metaphors, you know, we use them in Aikido, but of course they're merely reflections of our real lives and outside of the dojo and how we behave and how we act and our fears, what makes us happy, what makes us sad. And you hit on these in the book in a real, again, very straightforward way, which is great. You know, thanks for writing this book. You know, it's great. And the fact that, you know, I have something to do with it, meaning you go to this school, is a real honor for me. You know, I feel that I can only perceive myself through you guys. You know, I can think I'm doing a great job, but my own success is just based on whether the people who train here, who come to this Aikido school, feel created and can work on these essential issues. You are, so I thank you, and that gives me some sense of, you know, validation that we are doing something good here. I hope people read this book because it's really a fascinating book, and because you were a literature professor, it also has yet another slant to it. It's very direct and to the point. It's great. Is there anything else you'd like to say about the book before we finish here?
Well, you just remind me that everybody has their own thing to work on, and kind of make that possible here. I mean, I come to work on one thing, other people come to work on something. People who read the book may have their own ways of looking at things and wanting to work on something. But I think just wanting to see something, wanting to understand something better, is what we get here. And I hope some of that feeling will be conveyed.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. Anyway, Mary Stein, thanks so much. And good luck on this book. It's coming out soon. And I can't wait to see the final copy. And congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.